says while the December removal of beachgoers was a reminder of a painful past, it was also a politically manipulated mess. The city's Zahid Badruddin says there was no racial profiling and the beach was not closed. This emerged during the Portfolio Committee on Environmental Affairs' hearing into the saga. Our reporter Annika Larson joins us now from Parliament. Annika, good afternoon. You had quite a bit of drama in that particular hearing. Let's talk about how that all happened, with one employee being booted out, I understand. What happened?
Yes, it was somewhat unexpected with one of the MACO members, or the advisors to the mayor, Caroline Knott, apparently while listening to one of the beachgoers, the head of the Women's Legal Centre, who was giving testimony, Shaham Shamai, at the time. This member of the delegation from the city, Caroline Knott, she was apparently shaking her head or disagreeing with something that the person giving evidence was saying, and the chair got very upset at the chair of the Environmental Portfolio Committee, Philemon Mabulane, and he said, get out of this committee because your behaviour is disgraceful and completely disrespectful. Caroline Knott said from the mayor's office she didn't know what she had done, and she was quite perplexed. And then the so-called white shirts, Parliament security, were called to remove her. She eventually left off on her own accord, but that's after security arrived. I suppose she didn't want to be bundled in and physically thrown out. And then the chair saying later on that she was showing signs of white superiority, and that was not going to be tolerated in his committee, and that her behaviour had been disrespectful on his version.
Certainly unexpected drama, especially for a hearing that one would anticipate would be much calmer than what we see happen in the National Assembly, Annika. But let's get on then to the actual details. The City of Cape Town, of course, has been tracking why it says there was nothing sinister about these removals. Give us that timeline that they've been providing in Parliament to justify why they say it shouldn't be seen as an isolated incident.
Well, I think, you know, the context and the timeline is quite important, because in the weeks preceding the 23rd of December, there had been a few incidents of knives, hypodermic syringes covered with blood, etc., found on the beach. There had apparently been a stabbing on Camps Bay Beach and some kind of sexual assault on Camps Bay Beach, and a few other issues. And then one night, a couple of weeks before the 23rd of December, busloads of young, clearly intoxicated people came onto the beach. They seemed to have weapons, and the Metro Police seemed not to be coping with the situation at all. And that's where you saw that photograph of the PPA members walking with some kind of weapon on the beach, trying to disperse a crowd. But today, nobody will admit to giving this private security company any kind of mandate to warn people to leave the beach on the 23rd of December. The city says it didn't give it a mandate. PPA says it has a logbook of a request from the police saying, please, can you help us? The police saying that they would never have asked a private security company to work on a public facility such as a beach, so they're denying it. The Clifton Bungalow Association and ratepayers saying they didn't give PPA a mandate. So it seems that one of the personal owners of one of the bungalows on the beach asked PPA to help with a certain incident on the 23rd of December. But there's been no direct evidence that people were racially profiled, or that people were told to leave the beach because of their race, or actually even left the beach. But I think what it has done, Kathy, is it's created a canvas and really the perfect storm for this tale of two cities that we have in Cape Town.
Interestingly, I mean, when it comes to the kind of instruction that would have been issued to the PPA, have they not said clearly who the instruction came from? So that there doesn't have to be this back and forth between the city, the police, and all of these other official entities. Surely they can provide an answer.
Well, they've got a log of several calls made from the police and the names of the officers that they spoke to. There was talk of an alleged rape that turned out, or a sexual assault that turned out to be between family members, that was never reported to police. There seemed to have been a call made by the SAPS, but they are denying that and saying it was probably for a house call that was out of control. And they said there are only very particular circumstances, for instance, when there's a big problem at a stadium or something, where they would ask, when lives are in danger, where they would ask for a private security to help. So was it perhaps Metro Police? Well, the city's saying no, it wasn't them, but whatever happened, PPA is not allowed onto the beach and they're not allowed to tell people to get off the beach.
All right, thanks for that clarity. Annika Larson is, of course, sitting in those hearings. She'll keep us updated throughout the day.